Welcome back, my friends. My name is Miss Pickleball, or Miss P, or Miss Pickle. I've got some other nicknames going on these days. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for subscribing, liking, doing all the things that happen down here. I appreciate it, so I can keep making these videos. Took a little hiatus, was in the Costa Rica, and now I'm back, ready to start making some videos. So tonight, we are gonna go over the third shot drop, what it is, why we do it, and a little tip on how to make your third shot drop a little bit better. So make sure you stick to the end of the video to get that tip on how to make your third shot drop even better. All right, third shot drop, what it is, well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It is the third shot of the game. So you can imagine server hits the ball over into the little box over there, the return of the serve comes back, so then you got your third shot coming, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to drop it right into the kitchen. So that's why it's the third shot drop. It's not, you're not hitting it back far, you're not hitting it back deep, you're not hitting back high, you're dropping it over.
3, 2, 1, action.
Why one would do a third shot drop is to slow the point down. Basically, the serving side wants to slow the point down so they can start to make their way to the net. A lot of the pickleball game is about kind of slowing the point down so you have time to get to the net, and then from the net you can control the point more. Always comes down to getting to the net so you can control it with those slow dinks. Also, basically, the third shot drop isn't like a different shot. It's basically a long dink. You can think of it as a long dink. So you got your dink down, and then you just have to make it a longer dink. All right, another reason why you would do a third shot drop is because when it's closer to the net like that, it's more likely that the person returning it is gonna hit it into the net, one, or hit it up because they'll be running to the net, or it'll be like lower, it's a little drop shot, it's your little dink, so then they accidentally hit it up, and then you have the chance to like slam it down. So a drop shot is just a really good go-to point for your third shot. All right, from here, we're gonna go into some tips about what makes a good third shot drop, and then also the little tip on how to make your third shot drop even better. All right, first tip I'm gonna give you guys is to have kind of a loose grip on the paddle. So on a scale of like 1 to 10, 10 being the like hardest you're gonna grab the paddle, and 1 the loosest you're gonna grab the paddle, you want it to be like a 4. Like between like a 3 and a 5, basically like a 4, so that you can kind of absorb the ball so that you're slowing it down on this third shot drop. So when you absorb the ball, you'll have a greater chance of actually dropping it over the net and not hitting it too far just as like a regular point hitting it back. Imagine you're holding a tube of toothpaste so that you're not gonna squeeze it too hard. That's about the firmness that you wanna hold your paddle with for your third shot drop. So that is one tip. Second tip is that the third shot drop is gonna be more of like a push, like a pushing motion. You don't wanna do this full swing, because if you do a full back swing where you bring your arm all the way back, then you're probably gonna hit it too hard, and it will then not be a drop shot, it'll be just a regular hit back. So it's more of like this push. That being said, it's not coming from the wrist, it is coming from the shoulder. You just don't wanna do like a full wind up here. It's more of just like a push from the shoulder, but you're keeping your wrist pretty still. It's not a flick. It's coming from the shoulder and it's coming forward, kind of like this, just a little push motion, and you're not like going super fast. It's not an acceleration. You're not swinging a golf swing. It's this push. This is basically what you're doing. What I'm doing right now is basically exactly what I'm doing. It's like nice and fluid, not too fast, not too hard. It's just that nice right amount that drops it right over the net. Little salt guy, just like that. Okay. Third tip I'm gonna give you is that you're gonna try to hit the ball on the way down of the bounce. So you imagine the ball is coming to you, it bounces, and then it comes up on this arc, and on the bottom of the arc is where you're gonna wanna hit it. If you hit it on the up of the arc, or like right at the arc, then you're gonna have more of this line drive kind of shot, and you don't want that. You want to have the drop shot to be an arc as well. So the way to do that is to hit the ball as it's coming down on the down, so that you can kind of hit up and come over it, and then it'll have a greater chance of having this little arc that it's gonna drop right over the net. Again, a little salt, just a little drop right over the net for your third shot drop. As for the dinking, not dinking, what am I talking about? The third shot drop drill, it's gonna go, I'm gonna explain it and then I'm gonna show it with Jared. So basically, like I said, a third shot drop is basically a long dink. It's not a completely separate shot from a dink, and that's where most people think that they'll start practicing with dinking and then they'll walk back all the way to the service line and start practicing their third shot drop. The drill that I'm gonna have you do is start with your dinking, and then the person that's working on their third shot drop is just gonna back up little at a time, one step at a time, back it up. They're gonna keep hitting it into the kitchen. The person that's at the kitchen is gonna stay at the kitchen line, and the person that's working on the third shot drop is just gonna gradually start to back up. So he's still basically doing this dink until his dink gets a lot longer and he's at the service line. All right, does that make sense? We're gonna show it just in case it doesn't. All right, so Jared and I are just gonna start off with some easy dinks here. Just try to keep it in the kitchen. That was a little high dink. It's all right, we're warming up. There we go, nice, Jared. Beautiful, you're a natural. He's my cameraman, he's really not even a pickleballer. All right, so now, Jared, start to back up couple feet. There we go. If we had markers, we would do this, so stay there. And just try to keep dropping it right into the kitchen. It's okay. So now he's only a couple feet back from the kitchen line, and he's gonna still try to drop it right into the kitchen. It's gonna be just starting to gradually get that longer dink. Don't back up too much yet. Keep it going. Keep it going. All right, start to back up a little bit more. Still, you're trying to get into the kitchen. That one wasn't that good because it was too long, but it's okay. Oh. So when we're doing the third shot drop, you want to try to get it low. Yeah, that was a good one. Right over the net and then dropping right into the kitchen. So basically, we would be doing that until he got to the service line. We'd start with some dinks, start with some small dinks, and then you gradually start to work your way back to the service line instead of just warming up with some dinks and then being I'm gonna practice the third shot drop. Try to say that 3 times fast. Third shot drop and walk all the way back to the service line. Instead of doing that, you're just gonna gradually little steps back so you still have the same motion, because it's gonna feel like the same motion as a dink, but instead of a dink, it's a longer dink, so it's just a little bit more power, but you're not doing that full swing like I said before. All right, Miss Pickleball out.